In this video, we're going to talk about the 3 different kinds of harnesses we use at our programs. We're going to start with a traditional sit harness, then we're going to add a chest harness to work together with the sit harness, and then we're going to end with a full body harness. This is a sit harness. This is the most basic harness, and it's kind of the workhorse of what all climbers wear. This is pretty much, they're going to be able to put this on. If they're wearing this harness, they're going to be fairly independent. So you just want to offer tips as they're going. So if you go ahead and put that on, what we look for is their legs are through each leg loop. Then they're going to pull it up over. If they're wearing any kind of garment that's longer, you want to tuck that in. You don't want any bare skin on the harness. And this should be nice and snug. So as she pulls that tighter, we watch this buckle, and this buckle is already doubled back. So what I mean by that is it can't come undone accidentally. And then you want it to be pretty snug, and we kind of use 2 fingers. So 2 fingers should slide in there, but shouldn't be able to like move around. It should be pretty snug. The shirt is tucked in, the harness fits well on the legs, and the belay loop is in the front, and that climber's ready to climb. If you already have the sit harness, this is a great addition to bring that climber who carries their weight a little bit higher. This keeps the attachment point here as opposed to here. We still tie in normally, but we run it up through a locking carabiner here, which then raises our pivot point to their chest, which allows them to not tip over. This again, if you're worried about cost, this is a great way to still have those climbers climb safely and comfortably with this harness. So this is a full body harness, and we use this as kind of our go-to harness when we have a climber who carries that weight up high, or maybe their core isn't where we need it to be just yet. So this harness is great because it attaches in the middle. It moves that point here for their tipping point is no longer at their waist, it's in the middle of their chest, and it allows them to stay comfortably vertical the whole time they're climbing. So you'll see the buckles on the legs all double back, so make sure that you double back the harness buckle, that you don't see any red showing. And then in the back of the harness, you'll see that it has that X. That keeps them in a nice, comfortable vertical position as they're climbing and lowering, and it just affords them the ability to build that core slowly, safely, and comfortably. Now that you've seen the different kinds of harnesses, always start smaller. You can always build from there. So we always start them with a sit harness unless they're in a wheelchair or need more support right away that we know. But we start with that sit harness. If they need a little bit more help, we throw the chest harness in. And then when we need a lot of support for the full body, that's when we move to that full body harness. The 3 harnesses work really well together and will cover most of your participants. It's just up to you to kind of figure out what they need and how they're going to use it.